Game Clique.
What's good, everybody, and welcome back to Game Clique again, the blackest video game discussion in the industry. Again, I'm your boy, the Charm City Champ. I'm here, as always, with the Duke of Games, and we're joined here by a special guest. And I know you don't know this already, but we really like to take some time. We really like to big up our special guest because y'all are special. You know what I'm saying? We got the founder, the director, and the coach
and cosplayer of Rude from Final Fantasy VII, Tarrin Morgan. Thank you so much for coming through. I'm sorry. All right, Champ. Champ is nuts.
Wow, okay.
He does other things besides cosplay as Rude in his spare time. You should cosplay as Rude in your spare time. It would be great.
I gotta see what you're talking about because I haven't seen that one before.
He's just a light-skinned bald man. That's his entire thing. And he wears a suit. Yeah,
I say Common, Will Smith, we all look alike now. Like, it's all good.
Yeah, so what's going on?
Oh, my fault. I didn't know it was the intro. My fault.
No,
what's going on, fellas? Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much for the invitation. You know, always good to meet our people within the space. So thank you for the invitation. Appreciate it.
Yes.
Yeah, no worries. We always like to, take some time out and spotlight some of, black people, some black men in the video game and the eSports space because there's not a lot of us there. We're kind of trying to change the narrative, change that percentile. So speaking to that, before we go specifically into that, how do you feel about that? Has that been an obstacle for you?
No, it hasn't really been an obstacle because I always work with youth and I always like to find new ways to engage youth, and they are in the digital space. And one of my philosophies is meeting students where they are and they're playing video games. So for me, it's all about the mentorship and the coaching aspect to help them to get the game that they need because we're not being told we need to. So it's a way I can candidly connect with the students. They let their guard down a little bit and I can guide them to what they need to do, whether it's resources they need, opportunities, etc. So it's really been a great opportunity for me and just a lot of willingness to come together to push the field forward. So that's always been refreshing.
I know that I have my own rendition of questions, but before I get into them, I'm just curious about what inspired you specifically, what video game may have inspired you to go this route with teaching with your students? What was the spark?
Well, I never thought I would be doing this in the first place. For me, I always got to take it back to my grandmother when I was a little kid. She was like, take that thing off my TV before you break it. So video games were always looked at a waste of time. And for me, I always been big on the education and giving back to the community and whatnot. I've been a camp counselor working with kids all my life, worked at after school programs, all that good stuff. So when the pandemic came, it allowed for me to enter this space unexpectedly. So my role at Morgan State University, I'm the director of marketing and digital engagement. And due to the pandemic, a lot of students, not just in Morgan, but all across the country weren't allowed to live on campus. So that was the entry point for, I guess, competitive video games. Because we used to come to my boys' house when I was in high school, bring the fatback TVs, 5 of them, and have a Madden tournament. But we were doing eSports. We weren't informed about it. We didn't know about it. So for me, I was able to take that experience and now have the wording for it, which was eSports. And that's really what blew up for me. So for me, it really was 2020. But as a kid, I felt like I never really fit in. So I always spent a lot of time myself. So Zelda definitely was one of the defining games for me, more specifically Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, top games of all time, definitely. And Final Fantasy and Zelda, it just allowed for me to leave Earth amongst these people and just really dive into my imagination and have fun.
That's what's up. Champ, if you want to start your line of questioning, I have mine prepped.
A man of great taste. We'll say that. I'm the resident, Zelda fan here. So I do want to play off, what you just said because there's a little bit of controversy, right, with the last 2 Zelda games, with Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, how much they kind of broke away from that formula. What's your personal take on Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom? Do you want the franchise to keep going in that direction? Do you want to go back to the Ocarina of Time times, or do you want to go even further back, like to like top down 2D?
So I think it's really just a evolution at times, really. I know I kind of felt like that same sentiment of like, oh, it's changing up too much when what was it? When the GameCube came out and the graphics changed totally for Zelda. I wasn't feeling it. I'm like, yo, this is mad kitty. But it works out. It's just the evolution of things, really. I thoroughly enjoyed Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild. More specifically, Tears of the Kingdom, because it had that 3-layer system. Like you got the sky, you got the earth, and you got the depths, and just the extensive storytelling with that too. So for me, I'm a total fan of it, and I'm always excited to see where they're gonna take it next. Like I never thought I was gonna see Zelda as a freaking dragon just flying in the sky and all that stuff. Like that was a little outlandish to be like, you gotta relax. But I don't know what they're gonna do, what they're going for when it comes to like just continuations of stories. But I'm all for it. I like the whole spin that they put on this, and it definitely made it more challenging. I like the fact that you had the building your own weapons thing. I wasn't feeling the first time in what was it, Breath of the Wild, because I come from the old school. You just hand stuff without like having to worry about building your swords up again. But it allowed for you to be more strategic. And then this last one with you building your own like equipment, like hot air balloons, driving things, like it was super dope to me. So I enjoyed it thoroughly. So I don't know what they're talking about, like sometimes you just gotta let stuff go and just go with what's there.
Yeah. No, 100% agree. I didn't even know I liked that type of gameplay until Zelda kind of like forced me into that. Like I'm not really big into like the simulation stuff. I'm not big into the crafting and mining and stuff like that. But yeah, Tears of the Kingdom really showed another side of me that I didn't even know about. So yeah.
1000%.
Hell yeah.
All right, Tarrin, it is time for Fight for Your Rep. All right, someone approaches you saying that you don't deserve to be an esports coach. What do you know about gaming? I need you to tell the people right now, what is a franchise? It can be a fighting game, it can be sports games, it doesn't even have to be a single player game. But what is a franchise where you know that if you had to do it competitively against somebody else, what is that game and what is the time? What is it that you know you are an expert in when it comes to gaming?
So I don't really consider myself an expert. I just know how to connect the dots and like just come up with innovative ideas and creative things, really. So I think it could be really dope taking some of these side quests, these side games for like Spider-Man or whatnot, and see who can get the highest score, who can fly the farthest. So like there's different ways with different features within different games that can be turned to esports, like anything that's of competitive nature to me. So my brain works a little bit differently, but it's one of those things of two. Each title has a niche audience, and you have to know which audience is going to respond to what. So when you're doing these events, you don't want to be at a loss when it comes to like, I guess, viewership or even when it comes to bringing in revenue, whatnot. So it's hard to say, but I think definitely like using some of these side quests. I definitely want to see boxing make its way back. WWE 1000% should be heavier in this esports arena. And I think they are going to do that, especially with the Netflix move. I know Netflix is in gaming, but WWE, I think, has a lot of untapped potential when it comes to esports titles. So I want to see something with that. And especially shout out to Triple H because he's a very creative genius right now with bringing everything back. So I think that could be something, definitely. Like,
So I wanna be clear here. Are you saying that for you personally, you think you can beat my time attack score in Spider-Man? Is that
see,
what's going on?
I haven't played that one in a minute, right? But I got to think about a game right quick. I've been playing around with Tekken a little bit, so I'm kind of sort of nice, but I got to practice more. But
Okay, all right.
that
Who
might
are
be
you playing with in Tekken? And we'll end here.
I mean, a little bit, but
Mhm.
yeah, we gotta see because like for me, I go through my spurts when it comes to games because like I have a lot of stuff going on, so I could be like hardcore heavy on a game for a couple weeks and then not play it after a while. So for me, I just want to find a happy balance, and I got a lot of time off this summertime, so I definitely plan on catching up on a lot of different things, a lot of different titles. I got what was it? Hogwarts I gotta finish. I got Spider-Man I gotta finish. God of War, I just got into that. So like,
Oh,
yeah,
so good.
I got some things I
So
gotta get to.
this summer, I don't know if you're free June 15th, but they're doing a Philly versus Merlin tournament
Yep.
here. There's going to be a Street Fighter tournament and a Tekken tournament. I'll be participating in the Street Fighter tournament. So
shout out to Mac Technology, definitely.
Yeah.
First of all, you should feel very comfortable and free taking up Duke on his challenge because he's a bum. He's just very confident. Take it.
Well, we can bring it back old school too. 2004 Madden with the Mike Vick.
Oh no, you got that. You got all that. You got all that.
Back even more. Sega Genesis, Road Rash. We can bring back Road Rash too.
Road Rash, got it.
Road Rash. We need a new Road Rash. That's crazy. Where is that at?
His social security number ends in 2.
That could be a fire remake. Like I think Road Rash, Crazy Taxi should definitely come back.
Oh yeah, Crazy.
Twisted Metal. Those can be some dope esports.
They're experimenting with Twisted Metal. I know they're remaster rather, some of the older games. Twisted Metal Black was my first Twisted Metal. I loved it.
It was dope. The show was kind of mid though.
Yeah, I wasn't really messing with it.
Yeah.
The show. Sega did confirm that they're bringing back a bunch of their like old school like Dreamcast.
They did. It wasn't Crazy part of it.
Yeah, Crazy Taxi.
I forgot. Yeah.
Yeah, Crazy Taxi, Shinobi. Freaking, I can't think of any of Golden Axe. Bunch of them old school joints. So help me out because I'm a little, even though we're very deep into the esports scene, not super deep into how it works in the collegiate scene. So Morgan falls athletically right under the MEAC.
Yep.
So in the esports, do y'all only compete against MEAC teams, or is just like whoever in the area wants to smoke, y'all give it to them?
So it's still very early when it comes to esports. In the collegiate space, at least for HBCUs, you have some schools in the PWI space that have been doing this since like 2015, 2014. So there's a couple leagues. It's not. First off, it's not sponsored by NCAA at all. So these individual conferences, they are developing their own respective esports programs, and there's no really uniform governing body yet. They're working on it. So the schools within the MEAC, that's one league that we compete in, but there's a whole bunch of different leagues. But the two that we mostly have been consistent with is the MEAC League because of our affiliation, and then also HBCU Esports League, which is a league of community, which is a nonprofit out of Atlanta, Georgia. So they've been a huge supporter and the reason why we're here in this space. I fall under the community family tree as well. So I have nothing but respect and just appreciation for them gentlemen, because a lot of people have dreams and we don't realize the other individuals who are tied to that one thing if we fulfill what we're supposed to do here. So, they did that. I'm here in this space, and now I'm here in this space, and I'm providing other people with this opportunity to get into the space because we're really changing lives within esports. So, but MEAC and the HBCU Esports League, that's the two leagues that we've been participating so far.
So I asked that.
Oh, actually, I got one more thing. Go. The McDonald's DMV initiative that they have as well. We've done two or three competitions, and currently our inaugural vice president and current Miss Esports person, she's an ambassador for that. So that's going to be in May, somewhere in the Eastern Shore or DC area, I believe. But I'll be sure to pass that forward to you, gentlemen.
Yeah. So I have kind of like this ulterior motive going on when I got something to say. So me and Duke, we got some close friends in like other esports league and other esports teams. We're pretty close with the head coach of University of Maryland College Park's esports team, Sergio.
Shout out Sergio.
So yeah. So I'm trying to instigate like some like gentlemanly competition going on, like maybe some coach versus coach stuff going on. Some like maybe one guy.
Fundraising.
Yeah, let's do something. Let's get this going. That's the whole fun of this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Gotta see.
So like, right, I gotta refresh myself with the sticks. It's been a minute, definitely, but we can get it there once we got to see what game it's going to be, definitely.
Right.
But for Morgan, we've had a great run so far, and we've done some amazing things. However, we're still waiting for university to make a decision about what they're going to do with the program. So for right now, we just got to like leave it right there, marinate and whatnot. But for me personally, I am working on building the ecosystem outside of Morgan State University within the state of Maryland. So through my company, Real Digitized. And I'm taking the first steps to build through the recreations and parks departments in the state of Maryland. So I had a chance to present at the Maryland Recreations and Parks Association conference, which houses all of the different recs and parks in all the counties in Maryland. And then now working actively with Annapolis Recreations and Parks and Baltimore City Baltimore City Recreations Parks departments as well. So building those competition spaces and allowing for more people to be exposed to the space, because, you know, once we get an idea, we're able to execute on different levels. And I'm a big believer that you can only think to the level which you've been exposed to. So my main thing is putting esports, playing video games in front of people and showing them opportunities and then letting their mind grow freely there. But my intention, I'm currently in the fundraising phase. So we're doing our game nights. So Super Duper Epic Game Night. Shout out to Duke for coming out. It's one of those things where we're building community and we're intentionally bringing in the adults. We focus on adults with this because the adults are the gatekeepers to the students who are playing video games. Those same individuals who say it's a waste of time. So I bring you into space. I'm going to show you it's not a waste of time so that you're able to see, okay, maybe I need to channel my students' energy into doing something related to video games. So that's my take on it. And then all of our proceeds for these events, they are going directly to funding STEM initiatives and youth. They're going to STEM initiatives for Black and brown youth in the Maryland state. So for me, we're going to build these competition spaces. It's about getting the data, the proof of concept, so I can bring this to the big sponsors so I can throw on a big event, similar to like how Mountain Dew did, because a lot of the schools, they don't have the budgets to do competitions or they're not funded at all. So we have to come up with some creative solutions. So one thing that Mountain Dew did, they had an HBCU tournament, but they didn't use the school's names because you're dealing with licensing and general counsel. So they had the students from different schools create their own team names and invite them in there to compete. So we knew they're from Howard University, Morgan State University, from FAMU, but they had different names. So I'm going to choose that type of approach to bring something here in Maryland, because we need something for us out here. And just in general, the esports events I've been to, just across the country so far, I got a little season I'm gonna put on there, you know, so it's gonna be different. Yeah.
All right, I'll be sure to spice your challenge up. Make sure I talk on your behalf.
Yeah.
Sure.
But when I'm ready though, I think Tekken might be the one I'm gonna be out here talking my talk. So you can talk for me on that, yeah. You can be my Don King. You can be Don King out there, you know.
I'm gonna let him know. Say Tarrin said you can't fuck with his Eddie Gordo. I hope that's the one.
Nah, I rock with him.
Hell yeah.
Eddie Gordo, Paul a little bit. What's the guy's daughter? I forgot her name. I always forget her name. I think it may be Rena, maybe. I'm not sure. But yeah.
No idea. All right. So this is probably Tekken. Now I don't know how this question is going to go, but imagine you are stuck in the last video game you have ever played. Are you able to have a fine cooked meal every single night, or is it a struggle?
The last video game I played was actually Wheel of Fortune. Oh, I don't know what's going to be on there. Like probably some unseasoned food, because you know black characters trash on there. Like they don't got no bald head representation, so you know probably some bland casserole. I don't know.
We had someone whose last game was Elden Ring, and they just said, "I'm starved. I'm not ever eating ever again." Like the struggle.
Just got to eat Pat Sajak. He's got.
Yep.
It's. I'm playing another Crab's Treasure, so I'm good.
Oh, yeah, you're definitely good.
I'm eating good. So yeah, I know. I think we're leaning too much into the Morgan stuff. I know you said you're here, you represent, you got the shirt on. Let's talk about Real Digitize and like your initiative there. Like what's going on with that? What's your main mission statement for them?
So for us, we create unique pathways into STEM fields via video games and other esports initiatives. So currently, you know, I'm just riding off the momentum I have so far with esports to really just build my foundation and to get just more of a following in this space, and then have full intention to spread into other forms of just future technology we need to focus on. So when it comes to like coding, going to having coding camps and whatnot for the younger generations, using some unique, innovative strategies, some including video games, some including some robotics type stuff. So that's there. Working with some drones, augmented reality, virtual reality, artificial intelligence, because these are all areas that are future proof. That's where we're going right now. I don't believe in necessarily our American education system currently. So for me, it's kind of like my just knocking down a foundation to build a brighter future, which is my personal mantra anyway. Demolishing outdated foundations to build brighter futures. So it's just really on point with that, because I'm a personal testimony to what video games can do. I made this transition back in 2020 to get into the space, and I kind of like just skyrocketed like this to different levels of success and whatnot. So if I can do it, other people can do it, because I'm providing the resources and I'm using that wisdom and knowledge. Like, you don't got to fall in your behind like I did on several times. I'm going to give you the game, follow this, boom, you good. So that's really about, exposing people, but also providing access points too, because we get mentorships, but we don't get the put in the right directions, introduced to the right people and whatnot. So I'm all about just relationship building, strategic partnerships and all the good stuff. So really just getting out here, doing the work, because a lot of folks talk, but not a lot of people walk. So.
All right. This one is, now I need you to think back for your youth for this. I know that we're probably talking about the Atari for this system.
You gotta relax. Wow. I'm not the old sir.
Wow.
Okay.
So this is a lighthearted question.
That's okay.
Who or what was the first video game character where you were like, I think they're really cool, I wish they were real, or you try to pretend like you were them?
No, actually, my youngest memory was Nintendo Entertainment System, the original Zelda. Like, that was dope to me, because I'm like, what the hell is this? Like, it's different. So yeah, I always, it goes back to Zelda for me always for that, definitely.
Man, my man used to be out here Lincoln. Out here. Had the hood on.
No, he was Zelda, because I ain't know the story. So I'm like, oh, that's Zelda right there.
That was Zelda back then, sure.
Exactly,
sure.
that was Zelda right there.
So first off, I do want to say that I did physically play the Atari before, but like in a retro sense. Like, I wasn't there when it launched. I played an Atari because, like, my homeboy is like, he was like, it was in the bargain bin. His mom picked it up, picked up a bunch of games. We played E.T. and that shit was trash.
That's actually the worst game ever. Voted by I forgot who it was. The worst game ever.
Bad. Yeah. It was so bad.
There's still a landfill with a bunch of the games. Yeah, it's still a landfill.
The whole video game trash. Like, trash. Yeah.
So I do want to go back to real digitize, and like you brought up a specific point about mentoring and bringing up people, and I think that's so important everywhere, but specifically in like the gaming space, the esports space, and the organizer space, because so many people, especially like in this content creation streaming world, they don't want to share the recipes, and I think it's because like a lot of people don't want to inadvertently create competition for themselves, and in the sense like we're really like shutting out a lot of the community and like not creating a lot of these opportunities and a lot of these jobs for these people that in any other situation have no doorways into the industry. So how important do you think that is, like, personally?
I'm all about community, honestly. Like, I'm spiritual, I'm not religious, but one of the things that the Bible says that your gifts will make room for you. We all have our own unique gifts, and that will open doors for you, and that's something you can contribute towards pushing this industry forward. Instead of counting a scoreboard of somebody else's, you can be running it up by running your own plays that were given to you by God. So I don't really concern myself about competition or giving out my playbook. I've done that before. I give people a lot of free help, because at the end of the day, like, I got my own secret sauce. You got your own secret sauce. It's about the way you work the recipe. Like, I can give you a recipe to make my grandma's soup. Tell me you got the swag to make it. Like, it all comes from who you are and what you do. So for me, I'm all about community building. There's enough money out here for all of us. There's enough impact for all of us, because there's a lot of work. We need a lot of support, especially when it comes to Black men. Black men oftentimes are the ones who are most resistant to building community. They don't want to come together because they feel like it's a competition. No, it's not a competition. Like, we need to get out of this crab in a barrel mentality and come together, because when we come together, it's like Voltron, we're stronger. So, I'm all about
I still get mad if I lose my match in Street Fighter though. Like, so I don't want to build community with you after that. Like,
Nah, I feel you. But you live to fight another day, like Pop said. You know.
Gamergate was a term introduced in 2014, 2015, which talked about the harassment towards women in gaming. And this particular subject was actually built up by the right wings attacking the feminists. This was their version of, and they were calling it Gamergate. I just thought the term was interesting because when we look over the course of gaming, there's been many, in my opinion, different types of gates. If you look at right now, we got Stellar Blade in the war against censorship that's happening, and I don't know where you stand on that, but I'm just curious, what if you look at the history of gaming, it could be like Overwatch's loot boxes and different things. What was your own personal Gamergate where you were just like, you know what, this don't make no sense. It should be different.
I'm not a fan of the cloud-based gaming now. Because the fact that it can be taken off and you might not even get your money back for that stuff. So I see the benefit of it definitely. I'm a fan of always technological advances, but some advances are not good. Similar to like how everything went with music. Sometimes the album you want to hear is on the streaming, and then sometimes it's not there. But if you got that physical, you always have that there. So that's something that I'm kind of like, nah, I'm not feeling. And especially these subscription-based models, like so trash. Yeah, like I blame Adobe for that one because I'm a Final Cut Pro head, so it's still free. But then I believe that was one of the first softwares I saw going to a subscription-based model for us. So I'm like, nah, but you know, it's all good. If y'all want to give me some money though, still sponsor me. But anyway, you know, we can make it right. But yeah, that's probably it. Like this, the whole cloud-based, subscription-based models. Nah, no bueno.
That's really interesting because I agree with you wholeheartedly. We talk about it on the cast a couple of times, but I'm still so lazy. I don't want to get up and change my game every single time. It's so convenient.
You are literally like 3 feet away from your console. Like it's not.
It's so far, Chad. It's so far.
I think
let me make my back in peace.
I think the first time I've like really noticed how digital media is like negatively affecting us is Kanye's album The Life of Pablo.
Yeah.
All right, so like there's a track on there called Feedback, and like the original version of it, like it always sounded weird, but like I liked it. Like I liked like the vibe of the track. And then one day you just turn it on, and then like he totally changed the instrumental up, and you can't get the old joint back. It's so crazy that like you don't own anything. You're just renting and loaning and all this, and it's just that could be a whole podcast topic in and of itself. I don't want to take it.
Constant cash grab. It's crazy.
So I see that you've organized a bunch of different tournaments and competitions with in games in like NBA 2K. Like Madden. I believe you've done some Fortnite, some Valorant, right? Tekken.
My teams have participated, yes.
Yes.
Mostly for me, just Tekken, Mario Kart, Super Smash Bros.
Yes.
Currently.
Is there a competitive game or multiplayer game that you are a fan of or that you believe can really have some space in the esports scene that's not really getting that kind of love yet?
I know I said WWE, but I'm trying to diversify a little bit and see what's going on.
Because I definitely with you on WWE. We've tried it, and actually we've succeeded with hosting the WWE tournament. Like what was it, 2 years ago?
2 or 3. I think it's 3 years. Yeah,
Hell.
it's 3.
Don't do that to me.
I think that Fall Guys or
ooh, that's a good one.
Mario Party could have a good run. Definitely think it could. It's a different type of esports title, and it attracts more. It's more inclusive. It doesn't require a high skill level of entry. So I think like those type of things. Yeah.
It's gonna be a lot of fighting. That's a lot of.
Yeah, it's too luck based too, in a way. I mean, some people can, of course, count the block that you got to jump for, but it just feels too random.
Hey, that's
so many people are so. So many people are so attached to this idea of balance that they forget that the fun of it is when it's not balanced,
Yeah.
is when it can be anybody's game.
Yeah, definitely. I got to throw definitely Party Animals is another one that was pretty good.
Oh, I love
Yeah,
that game.
that one was
I
good.
love
Yeah.
Party Animals. Dude, we
Yes,
gotta play
yes.
that one day.
Okay, all
It's
right,
good.
sure.
Yeah, it's dope.
All right, so this is a small section. This is just a series of rapid fire questions, right? Favorite Final Fantasy? Can't think
Uh,
about it. Favorite Final Fantasy.
I don't like. I'm the type of person. I don't remember what I had for breakfast yesterday, so I ain't gonna front. I'm about to say what I'm playing right now. 16, I guess.
All right,
I
16.
think 7 and 10 was good too.
Favorite character in Smash Bros.
Jigglypuff, put your ass to sleep.
Hell yeah.
Jiggly.
Yeah.
uh, favorite God of War.
I'm very new to it, so I can't even speak on that, honestly.
Very neutral. All right. Do the Smash players actually stink?
I haven't been around the ones that smell, but I'm sure there's a certain demographic that does. Yes.
You smell crazy in there. I can confirm.
A lot of wet dog.
um, next video game you're looking forward to. It can be something that's already out. I know you got a list.
If they come back to a new Batman, I would definitely be there. I played
Oh,
all
good
the
luck with
games.
that. Rocksteady is going under
Hurt my heart.
after that Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
All right. Last but not least, out of female protagonists, who did you have a crush on? Was it Zelda? Was it Tifa? Or was it Yuna?
Who you know?
Oh, that's Final Fantasy X.
Oh no, I'm trying to think. No, we gonna keep it in the Zelda realm, but
Okay. All right.
the
So
ladies that live in the desert, I forgot their name.
the ones who raised Ganondorf?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
They
it
got
was
some
black.
noise. They got
It
some
was
noise,
black.
you know?
But yeah.
It's
You know,
sisters.
they gotta be black for me, you know. They gotta be black. You know.
Fair.
That's all you got?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Damn, that's all I got too.
No, it's all good. It's all good, you know.
All right. So I think in general, especially with some of the goals that Champ and I have for helping to support the esports endeavors in Baltimore, what do you think, even people that are watching this, what are some small ways that people can get engaged to support this right now? Like, what are some things that we can do?
So look up the Medfield Center. That's the first recreational parks facility in Baltimore that has a gaming lounge. This is the first one that's coming on board. So definitely check in with them. It's free, keyword free. All the facilities are free. The recreation parks departments. I did not realize that. And there's 60 of them around the city. So check it out. Gyms, pools.
You
all
don't
that
even
stuff.
have to book it like for an event.
I would say talk to them, but it's free though. So like,
Okay.
it's from what I heard. But
right.
definitely get outside, and it's nice outside. So obviously get outside, get that vitamin D. But hit up the local gaming lounges, see what's around, meet the people, go to different events and whatnot. So I think that's a good start, really. Looking on Eventbrite, Start GG, yeah, like certain hashtags online, you can probably find stuff. Really, just find your community in person because it's a lot of different places, and don't get discouraged just because the first event you go to is trash. It just happens sometimes. It's like dating,
They didn't
Plan
have your
time.
drink vendors. Your drink vendors made everything wonderful.
Exactly. That's what happens at Super Duper Epic Game Night. You got the
Yes.
drinks, you got the DJ, you got the
Yeah.
bacon fried chicken, you got the shiniest baldy in all the world. It's
Yeah, it was
extravaganza.
amazing.
I
I
like
left there a few extra pounds.
I don't think you advertise drinks. I might have.
Yeah, that's the first. That was the first time doing a vendor or whatnot.
Yeah.
So,
Everyone had a
the iceberg.
free mimosa
What?
just for buying a ticket. Just for buying a ticket, you got a free mimosa, and then the drinks. Like I got me like I don't even have the size of it. It only cost me like $14 for like the size of like a Everfresh bottle, about that size. I had me some Jose Cuervo, mango margarita,
I'm sorry.
nice,
fire.
nice and delicious.
Wait.
Yeah, definitely.
Wait.
That's what we do.
Wait, we're burying the lead here. We're burying the lead. Can we talk about this like super duper epic game night that
Yes.
you're trying to do? And like, let's get into this. Because this sounds
So
dope as hell.
we just did the second one
Yeah.
this past Saturday. So shout out to everyone that came out. Definitely appreciate you all for the support. With this, it's like I said, like it's building community, but it's a new atmosphere because I did my party in the 20s. I ain't trying to hit the club no more. Like I'm good. I need a chair, a DJ, some music, food. And I'll have a great night, you know? So with this, we had about 30 card and board games, big Django, big Connect 4, got a DJ that was out there killing it. Tekken 8, we had the Mario, the Nintendo Switch out, so we had Mario Kart going. And then we had different vendors there, really. So it's more so right now, just getting the kinks out, working it out. My vision is to tour this around the country, which is going to happen eventually. This is going to scale into a 200 plus event eventually. So right now, you know, just working out the kinks, but so far, you know, you got to build very slowly to have a strong foundation. So brick by brick. So with this event, it's just really about coming together, having a good time, celebrating life, and just not the club, you know, something different. You can dance there though, definitely. You're more than welcome, but you know, you got a chair right there you can chill at, and you don't got to pay $200 for a bottle.
It was real nice.
When's the next one? Is there a next one?
So to be announced. Make sure y'all follow Real Digitized for details. But looking to make the next one nice. Got some surprises coming up. You know, definitely got a cosplay joint coming, cosplay edition. But I got another little surprise in the whole I'm working on right now.
Hell yeah! You want to drop some? While you're speaking of, you know, your ats for Real Digitized, you want to drop any other plugs?
Oh yeah, of course. You know, got to.
Yeah.
So make sure you check out Real Digitized, www.realdigitized.com. It's like right here, just all one word, Real Digitized. And really what the name stands for too, because I didn't provide that context. So real are values. So righteousness, education, action, leadership. And then digitized, speaking about the digitized age, and then the ED is a different color because it's education. So real digitized education. So these are our values we lead with. We believe in it, so we put in the name. So follow us, Real Digitized, on all platforms: Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, probably the letter that was sent to your mom's house. So all that stuff, you know, right there. And then you can follow me, your favorite fly ball head professor, at Tarrin Morgan, TarrinMorgan, all one word, all different platforms as well. I like to make it quick, simple, easy to find and whatnot, but connect with me. And, you know, I have a lot of different things I'm doing coming up, and stuff we're doing with the kids this summer too. So keep an eye out for that. Looking to do a free book drive because, you know, we got to keep them engaged and whatnot. So, yeah, make sure you reach out, connect. And I always got the resources and jobs. So get at me.
Oh no, I typed it in and I think I got the wrong. It's a white guy and a corgi.
Nah, I'm a little light skinned. This camera got me a little light, but you know, it's not me. Yeah.
I'll figure
He
it out.
said he got the jobs champ. I gotta leave you. I'm gonna try to get something else.
You know, I'm the plug on some stuff. So, you know, just let me know what you're looking for. Like pass some stuff along.
Yeah, hell yeah, Tarrin. Well, we appreciate you coming through as always. Loving it. And, you know, if you're open to it, we definitely want you back.
Yes.
We're not going to have Sergio here and try to have that surprise Tekken thing happening. Wink.